All right, so as of yet, let me ask you something, guys. As of yet, you guys see the Atlas line here being plotted, right? Right here. Now, I want to ask you guys a question. Do you see or do you have any reason to go long right now as you see it? No, right? So I need to have a reason to do anything as far as entering a trade or getting out of a trade, right? So unless I have a reason to go long, I'm not going to go long. Do I have a reason to possibly go short? Yes, I do. Absolutely do. If it comes back to here, closes back below, it'll give me a short order to go short. But until that time, I don't want to be stuck in, you guys see this here, type of range that we have going on here, right? I don't want to pick bottoms. I want to let price really dictate what it does, all right? And especially during a news event. I see here, what about trading the news? I have here a couple of questions. Wooter, Michelle, think about what happens during a news event, right? Before a news event, we have very small price action, right? Because traders are anticipating the news, right? So it's like 1.5, very, very short, right? Like that. Then as soon as that news event comes out, what happens? Bam, up or down, right? Why don't you just realistically wait for the news event to come out? As soon as it penetrates the Atlas line, take it long right from when it penetrates it, a tick above it. Because what's happening is there's so much volatility, you're running with it. But I rather have price prove itself. So during a news event, I want to see it touch the Atlas line within a tick or two, and then you go right through it. You hit it right, uh, to the upside. It's so fast that you're ready for it because you have a reference point, right? We all know if a news event comes out that 111 is where you want to be long if it gets there. So you're prepared. You have a roadmap, right? Have you ever guys, I don't know how many traders here in the room are or have seen this happen, okay? But I've seen it happen so many times that I have to reference it. 2:30, 3:30, right? Maybe half hour before the market closes. Have you ever realized that out of nowhere, for no reason, it's not a news event, it's nothing really, the entire day just collapses or the entire day reverses what has just occurred, right? And if you have, for example, the Atlas line there telling you, yes, Nate, absolutely. Absolutely, Nate, all right? If you have the opportunity to capture that move, then you have a reference point to go long or short using the Atlas line. So the reason why I say this is I have a trader in particular out of, he is in, I'm going to say Montana, up there on the Canadian border. And he actually, all he does is he scalps the Atlas line. As soon as it crosses above, he goes for 2 ticks. As soon as it crosses below the opposite side, he goes for 2 ticks. That's all he does. And I'm not sure how many contracts he trades, but I can't see him trading and risking, 5 contracts, 10 contracts, and making a profit every single day on it. JR, very nice. Just got 2 points off the 1106 quarter. All right, Richard, 2 ticks. No, he goes for 2 ticks on a scalp on the Atlas line. On the cross, Richard, on the cross. All right, guys. So, 1106 quarter. Anybody got this here? 2 points or 1.5? John, what was your question, John? Take a look, John. Hold on. I have a lot of questions here, guys. Hold, hang tight. Do you have every day a room for this service? No, John, I don't. Instead, I don't offer a trading room because it's a huge commitment, and I want to trade in the morning. I don't want to necessarily be locked into a commitment where, and I get this question every single day. I get an email about having a trading room where traders can follow what I do. So instead, I much rather um, provide you with the tools that you need, and I offer the training with it. So anybody who purchased the Atlas line gets a how-to training with me to set you up properly, to ask questions. I'm available all the time. I get phone calls after 12 usually. That's when I get to respond to my emails. I have an assistant, so I'm available. Okay, but the idea of being locked into a trading room, I think, is a huge commitment. And if I ever try to do that, I have to commit to it, obviously, right? Yes, Richard, I can. Questions, guys? Anybody take the 1106 quarter besides Jerry, Eli? Who else here? Brian, Zane. Anybody else besides those four guys take the 1106 quarter? I'm sorry, 110. Yeah, 1106 quarter. Okay, gotcha. John says no. Well, you could hire someone. John, would you want to follow somebody you don't know giving you trades in a trading room? Or do you want to hear it from somebody who's doing it? Um, right, John? Can't do that, John. If I trained them. Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. Why not, right? JR, I wait for another trade, or I go with a type of scenario which I'm going to show you here. If you want to re-enter this short, because this may be a huge down day, right? We don't know. We may never get another chance to go short properly, right? So like I have to have an actual reason to go short or long, right? So my reason is below the Atlas line. That's a reason, right? Now, what other methods can we use to capitalize on trading the Atlas line if we know that price is below it? Well, if this day turns out to be a day where it goes all the way down and down and down, I want to be short on any type of pullback and scalp it. Instead of going for 2 points, take 2, 3 ticks every time it pulls back and comes back down. Um, Wilder wants to know, an average, how many trades do we have with the Atlas line? I know it's depending on the market. It does depend on the market. And I'll show you yesterday as an example. Okay. So yesterday we had short here to go short the market, right? This is yesterday, right? And you made your money, right? July 28 was yesterday. Now, everybody understand and see what's happening here. Price after it made our money really all it goes for 2 points, right? So we made our money yesterday. And you see how price never closed lower, right? It hit the Atlas line, scalp it, right? Here, got some orders to go long. Nothing materialized. You didn't really lose anything. What happened? Right below the Atlas line, another bounce short to go short. This was yesterday, right? Ideally,